Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation continues from Gauri Kabir Ji. The recitation for today. Gauri Ek Jot Eka Mili, Kimba Hoye Mahoye, Jit Ghat Naam Na Upajay, Phoot Mare Jan Soy. सावल सुंदर रामैया मेरा मन लागा तो है रहाओ साधु मिले सिद्ध पाइए कै एहो जोग कै भोग दोहों मिल कारज उपजै राम नाम संजोग लोग जाने एह गीत है एह तो ब्रह्म विचार ज्यों काशी उपदेश होए मानस मरती बार कोई गावे को सुने हरि नाम चित लाए कहो कबीर संसा नहीं अंते परम गत पाए कोई गावे को सुने हर नाम चित लाए कहो कबीर संसा नहीं अंते परम गत पाए. Kabir is still addressing the yogis, and now he's taken on the Pandits of Banaras, the orthodoxy, if you will. And let's begin with the Rahau, the central message. What Kabir is saying is, Saval Sundar Ramaya. He's describing, he's using metaphors from the text of the orthodoxy to describe supreme consciousness. So Saval Sundar Ramaya, Saval Sundar are epithets for Krishna in Puranic texts. Ramaya in Puranic texts refer to the historical Ram. But here Kabirji uses them for the self, the creator self. That self that is all-pervading, the all-pervading Ram as opposed to the historical Ram. So what he's saying is, Mera man laga to hai. So Saval Sundar Ramaya, Mera man laga to hai. O dark and beautiful one, you who pervades everywhere, Ramaya, my mind is devoted to you, or in other words, I'm in love with you, not to any other image that the texts might talk about. So now when you speak about universal consciousness on the one hand and you as an individual being on the other, and because you have that light in you, the essence is also in you, what happens then is it becomes necessary to find union with that universal light, because that is our fundamental problem, is that fracture, is that separation. So Kabir says, Ek Jot Eka Mili. Light must merge with light. Kimba Hoye Mahoye, or else they remain separated. Jit Ghat Naam Na Upajay. That seeker in whose heart the light of self-knowledge does not manifest, Phoot Mare Jan Soy, that being dies sobbing. That's the literal meaning. In other words, that person dies a bitter end. Now, Kabir is obviously using this kind of language to emphasize the necessity for Gurmat. he goes on then to say, how do you get on the path of Gurmat? How do you get that wisdom? And as we have seen before and will continue to see, the Sad, the Guru, is central to this conceptual model of Gurmat that we are considering. Of course, this is conceptual, but the idea is that it will become experiential ultimately. So he says, Sad mile siddh paiye. Sad is a perfected being, a perfected one. Siddh is perfection, success. So let's say he's saying that if you wish to find success or perfection, then you need to find somebody who has achieved that success or perfection. And in this case, it is the Guru. The Sad is a symbol for the Guru. Then he says, Ke eh jog ke beyog. Whether you are a renunciate or a householder, the perfection of self-knowledge, that siddhi, is possible only through the Guru, the perfected one. Do mil karaj upajay. When the two, the Guru and the disciple, come together, Ram Nam Sanjog, you create the possibilities and the actualization of the self. So the Guru is like a catalyst. You cannot actualize the self, cannot receive self-knowledge unless the catalyst of the Guru is present, unless wisdom is in the backdrop all the time, until it is sahaj, natural to you. Now, keeping in mind that the Gurmat ideal is of being in the world, but not of it, an alternate way of interpreting this line, Keh eh jog keh pog, would be to say that the joy of union, jog, and the pleasures of a householder are possible only through Gur wisdom, true pleasures. Okay? Log jaane eho geet hai. The world views what I say as song, meaning mere words, like chanting of a mantra, to be received like the instructions that are given to the dying in Kasi. Jo Kasi upadesh hoye manas marti bar. When a person is dying, the chanting of salokas. So Kabir says, people think that what I'm saying is really just another way of doing what they are doing already. But he says, no. Ehto Brahm Vichar. What I am saying is contemplation of the divine, of divine virtues that we have to imbibe while living. So he's drawing a distinction between the orthodoxy of Kashi, Banaras, and Gurmat. It used to be, and still is in fact, believed that if one dies in Kashi, liberation, moksha, was assured because of the instructions given to the dying. So moksha, according to the Kashi Pandits, was to be achieved by following one's dharma, which is an elaborate set of rules in pursuit of one's needs and desires. And moksha, of course, happened after death. But Kabir insists on Gurmat, not on the dharma of the Pandits. He says that Gurmat gives you freedom while alive. And in Gurmat, the Gur wisdom is central. Koi gawe ko sune har nama chit laye, kaho Kabir sansa nahi, ante param gat paye. Kabir says, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind, sansa nahi, that glorification and contemplation on the self, koi gawe ko sune, if done with full attention and devotion, har nama chit laye, then attainment to the highest consciousness is assured. Sansa nahi, ante param gat paye. On that note, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.